My name is Qin Feng. I failed the entrance exam for the police academy. My grandmother sent me to Thailand to stay with my uncle. Tang Ren called himself the #1 detective of Chinatown, but his lateness and flashy behavior made me disappointed instantly. His so-called cases were just catching cats and dogs, delivering packages. My idol had completely collapsed in my eyes. Just as I was planning to return home, Tang Ren was suddenly chased by the police. A call told us he was accused of murder. We became fugitives in panic. I was scared, but I had no choice but to follow him. Only by finding the truth could we survive. Tang Ren took me to meet Detective Tai on the way. 3 criminals kidnapped us. They demanded the location of the gold. That's when we learned the case was linked to a gold store robbery. We barely escaped, but soon wanted posters of us covered the streets. Police, criminals, gangs, everyone was after us. Being caught meant certain death. Worse, we discovered there might be a mole in the police. Tang Ren was clearly being framed. To find the real killer, Tang Ren and I began investigating. We traced leads to the seafood market and sneaked into a sculpture factory step by step. We reconstructed the crime. The factory surveillance only showed Tang Ren entering and leaving. The evidence seemed perfect, but it was too perfect to be real. Further reasoning made me realize the killer had planned ahead. He hid under the bed in a bedroom for days, waiting for the surveillance to cover the time, then committed the murder. He even used recordings to mislead Tang Ren, making him think he had seen the victim. All the evidence was carefully fabricated. The killer was clever, not only framing Tang Ren but also trying to eliminate us. To get more details, Tang Ren and I disguised ourselves to enter the police station, risking capture. We secretly checked the victim. Spending records, we discovered he had been watching a young girl for a long time. The clue was puzzling and made the case even more complex. I began to suspect the crime involved more than one person. Soon we were hunted down. Crashes, explosions, fires, danger was everywhere. I almost thought we were going to die. At the critical moment, I noticed the killer's right arm was injured. I slowly narrowed down the target. Following the clues, I suspected the girl's adoptive father was the real killer. He appeared cold and silent but hid deadly intentions. When I confronted him in the hospital, he was silent for a long time. Flash of despair appeared in his eyes. In the end, he jumped out the window and died. The case seemed over, but on the way to the airport, a new doubt emerged. I realized the victim identity was completely different from what everyone believed. The true mastermind was someone else. She had forged the diary, manipulating the adoptive father to commit the crime, and pushed all blame onto others. This level of planning was more terrifying than I imagined. I uncovered the truth, but had no solid evidence. The real culprit remained free. She coldly claimed that good and evil were destined. I used origami to refute her. Good and evil are not fate. They are two sides of human nature. Between right and wrong, there's often only a fine line. The truth sometimes must be folded to truly reveal itself.